What is going on, guys? It's Fern. I am back. I took a couple weeks off from filming. I wasn't feeling great, just kind of feeling a little burnt out and whatnot. I'm back, baby. I'm fired up. We're going to get into one of the fundamentals of barbering today, and that is things that people overlook all the time. Today we're talking about the importance of combs, the difference between them, how you use them, and what you should be using to make your haircuts as good as looking as possible. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about the difference between all the different kind of combs that people use, myself included. These are my personal repertoire of different combs for different purposes and how you can use them. Everything that I'm going to show you guys is available, as always, at Baboom, WilliamsportBowmanBarberSupply.com. Best in the business, been around since 1939. These guys are awesome. All your comb needs, clippers, scissors, pomades, neck strips, anything you need, these guys got it. As always, at the checkout, you can use code Baboom, MARKFERNICOLA, get 10% off of your order, and gives me a little bit of a kickback, gives WB a new customer, and you get your stuff at a discounted price. Everybody wins. That's awesome. All right, guys, these are the three primary combs of cutting hair, at least for the barbers. For stylists, it's a little bit different. There's variations of all these, and to be honest with you, they all kind of do the same thing. However, there are specific functions to each of these different things. I'm going to go over three of them. So we got clipper comb, fine tooth comb, and flat top comb. You get into the three of them, how you use them, what they're best for, and what works best for you. Let's do this. Also, since, like I said, we're fired up, we're doing ba-bam, ba-bam. All right, guys, so first off, we have the clipper comb. What is the difference between a clipper comb versus the other combs? Clipper comb, guys, as you guys can see, it is a little bit finer or wider of a tooth. You also have a really nice little handle on this thing. I find personally, throughout most of my haircuts, I'm actually using clipper combs versus any other comb. Difference between these things, again, is honestly just the handle. For myself personally, it makes it easier just to kind of scoop. And if you guys want a little gem, especially if you're a new barber, one thing you could absolutely do to kind of just help you in the long run cut hair is if you're just sitting around just watching YouTube videos like myself or anybody else, take your comb and literally just go like this. Call this kind of like the C kind of motion. You guys can see that. Basically, all this is going to do is help you to just scoop up hair as you're doing clip over comb or scissor over comb or whatever it is. The C, guys, is essential. And to be honest with you, as far as the clipper comb goes, I find it's personally easiest to use this on these kind of handles versus a regular comb. I feel like for myself personally, I have a little bit more control with these. What I love most about the clipper comb is, again, like I said, the grip, but also when you're doing clipper over comb or scissor over comb, it just makes it a little bit easier. The comb itself is a bit bigger, so when you have, say, clipper, and you're coming over, I love that sound. It makes it easier because the width of the comb is just about as big as the blade. So when you do that, you're going to get a lot more just surface area kind of going in one swipe. Do love clipper combs. Again, guys, it's 2023. You can get these things in almost any color, you know, you name it. WB, Amazon, whatever the case is. These are highly recommended. All right, guys, next up we have the flat top comb. Flat top combs, as you could probably guess from the name, were originally designed to doing flat top haircuts to help facilitate that. Reason being, as you guys can see, compared to even just the clipper comb, I know it's a little harder, but these are a lot bigger, and what they specifically are made for is covering a lot more surface area. When you pull this thing up to the side of your head, or even when you're doing a flat top, you could comb up way more hair just because, again, this thing is way bigger and whatnot. As far as doing clipper over comb, it's awesome. And again, I love the sound. I love it. So satisfying. So good. Thing about the clipper comb that I love, and specifically about this one, guys, it has a really nice handle. I don't remember the name of the company that makes this one in particular. However, if you guys can, and I'll show you right now, it's not just teeth. See all those little beads on all the teeth, guys? What they do is it's little zigzags. And when you have straighter hair or pretty thick hair, what this does is it helps to lift all that hair up and nothing escapes because it gets trapped in the little zigzags. These you could honestly find for probably about maybe $2 to $3 at most, something like that. Guys, if you can, absolutely get yourself a flat top comb. Like I said, the handle is super ergonomic. I love doing that sound. It's so cool looking. These combs are absolutely awesome for doing clipper over comb or scissor over comb. They are great as far as balance and ergonomics and all that good stuff. Like I said, when you're doing the C with all that stuff, it's a lot easier to maneuver with these combs. You are doing twice as much surface area, and you can do a haircut and very little passes just with the flat top comb specifically, guys. So like I said, for $2 or $3, this is a hell of an investment. I absolutely cannot recommend this one enough. And to be honest with you, it just looks super cool. All right, guys, so now finally, last comb we have, these are literally a fine tooth comb, and hence the name fine tooth comb, because as you can see on this side, the teeth are a lot finer than they are on that side of the cutting comb. These combs, again, as the name implies, are able to do way more detail when you're getting in there with clipper over, or scissor over comb, excuse me. These are a lot more maneuverable. They're a lot more smaller as well. So, you know, again, just getting in there, getting the fine, you know, finer hair details, yada yada. This one specifically is called the Allegro Combs number 420 comb. Guys, you know, you can get these in literally any color. Like I said, black, blue, aqua green, 2023. Anything is on the market, any color, any size, anyone, whatever. I love the aqua colors. I think that's so cool. One thing that's kind of funny, when I was, you know, beginning barber, my uncle always said, like, you know, why do you have all these like crazy looking combs? Like, what's wrong with just black comb? I'm like, well, Uncle Joe, you know, your hair is as dark as mine. You're using a black comb, you know, you can't really quite see what it is exactly you're cutting. But if you use a brighter comb, you guys can see exactly what is, you know, poking out of there as far as making your guides and stuff. So what I predominantly like to do with these combs is use these for along, especially the sideburns, and then specifically just doing the top of people's heads. They're smaller. I feel like you could get a little bit more maneuverability in there and whatnot. These are great for just doing people's eyebrows. You know, guys, essentially, like I said, all the combs do pretty much the same thing, but they all specifically have different functionalities as far as like how big they are, what they do, you know, and also as far as grips and all that stuff. It's a lot easier. As I said, when I'm doing, you know, my C over here, it's easy enough to do with these combs. Again, I've been cutting hair for 11 years, so definitely I'm used to it. However, like I said, I personally prefer more doing the clipper comb, you know, as far as like the handle and whatnot. I feel like it's a little bit easier. Sometimes I feel like these are just a little too thin for my hands and just kind of tend to slip out a little bit, you know. But again, it's all personal preference, guys. Whatever you feel comfortable, make yourself happy, make your life easier, and use whatever it is that is going to get the job done. Ultimately, as long as your client is happy, end of the day, that's all that matters. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, like I said, head over to WBBarberSupply.com. You can find literally any of these combs on there. Use code MARKFERNICOLA at the checkout. Get yourself 10% off the order. And as always, guys, just have fun cutting. There's so much equipment out there, and there's so much to experiment with and whatnot. Find what works best for you, for your clientele, and make those guys happy as well as yourself. All right, take it easy, guys. Thanks always for watching. We'll do this again.